What's going on, everybody? This is the Mexican Ass Yeti podcast, episode 2. Out here in Sin City with my cousin Donnie. Donnie, introduce yourself.
What's up, everyone? It's me, Donnie. It's your boy, Donnie.
It's your boy. So excuse us, but we're just gonna have fun with this, guys. This is my second time attempting the podcast.
Don't apologize for shit. Just do it.
But yeah, man, we lived with each other for a few years, a while back here in Vegas, and just got into all sorts of shenanigans and live life, young males in Sin City doing our thing, being ridiculous.
So fucking dumb.
But today we'll probably talk about just the music reviews. We're into the same music, movie reviews, stuff like that. And his sister Melissa is about to come on. And Melissa, say hi.
Hi.
You're on the Mexican Ass Yeti podcast, episode number 2. But yeah, little backstory, Donnie. Tell them about different kind of music that you're in, different kind of movies that you're into as well, and just kind of like the music review stuff that you used to do back for which company was it?
What do you mean?
Wasn't it your buddy's company? You did music reviews, show reviews. You used to go to shows.
Fuck, that was a long time ago.
I know it was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember where the hell he wrote it for.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me for not being up to date with my shit. But
We can restart this.
we don't have to restart shit. Don't apologize for shit you said, right? Here we go. We're along for the ride, motherfucker.
we can edit this.
No editing, done.
All right.
Those of you that are listening, we're just here playing fast and loose doing what we do. But let's start off with your albums, your top albums that you listened to this year, and kind of like what they meant to you, and we can start breaking down each album.
Damn. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with one of my first. I really enjoyed the new Gary Clark Jr. album. He is kind of like blues and like a fusion. He kind of does his own thing. Like he makes
Blues rock, yeah.
He makes it with like rock. He has like different feels and influences obviously growing up because he's from Austin, Texas, I believe. And so he just kind of got into all kinds of different music scenes out there, and he incorporates all that into his music. Yeah, ever since I discovered this dude, he's a phenomenal guitar player, and I just love his style and everything that he does. And especially if you catch him live, it's one of those things that's rare to see a musician that just loses themselves to what they're playing. So, yeah, the dude just does his thing, and it's pretty amazing. Obviously, after that, I got a Slipknot, and it's interesting though because like when it first came out, I was like, all right, there's songs I really like, but it had to grow on me. Like I had to really like delve into it and break it down. But as a whole, I think it was a solid album. It's definitely a great follow-up to the third album. I feel like it really follows into that thing of they experiment, they mess with some different kinds of sounds, and it worked out really well. Then Korn's follows that. It was a really dark album, but I enjoyed it. I think it was very powerful lyrically, and it's just one of those things. I'm like, they've really returned to form the last few years. And the last album I really felt was a lot of like their very early works, and this one tapped more into kind of like Untouchables territory where they experimented, but it's before things got like way out there. So it's like they know what they're kind of like they're limited. They know what works and what doesn't, and they kept it in that pocket. I thought it was great.
And you guys gotta excuse me. You guys hear all this cars driving by. We're outside today. We got my kid brothers inside the house playing video games. So it's either them yelling, screaming and yelling about killing each other in Mortal Kombat, or a couple cars passing by. But before we go to any other albums, let's just bring it back to Gary Clark Jr. and how you started listening to Gary Clark Jr. I think the way I started listening to him was you brought him into the house, I guess you'd say, And he has his own unique sound and stuff. And right away when I heard it, I was just blown away. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. So the very first album that I listened to was Black and Blue, and my friend John told me about it because he works with music. journalism and things like that. So he had received a copy of this album, and he had been telling me for like weeks, you need to come over, you need to come listen to this. I think that you would really dig this, think that you'd appreciate it. I'm like, all right. And it just never worked out for me to go right away. But then when I finally did and I listened to it, blew my damn mind. It was fucking great, and I couldn't like wrap my head around just how many different styles there were in one album, and it worked each time.
Oh yeah.
And
the guy can sing his fucking ass off.
yeah,
too.
he can
sings
too.
his
He
ass
can.
off,
And
yeah.
so when the album finally dropped, I immediately went over to Starbucks that I used to work at, went right away, picked it up, which is funny because of all places, that's where I found it.
Unfortunately, you spent many of your early 20s working for that fucking place, and I told you you need to get the fuck out of there. And you finally are there. Now you're doing a bunch of bigger things. But a lot of fucking stories working there though too. A lot of people we partied with, a lot of drama and all that stuff.
Yeah,
not to dive too into
a
it,
lot of
but
good, a lot of good
lots of love and lots of heartache in those times.
Starbucks, man. For the love of the siren. Shit, dude. Yeah, I don't understand like why that is, but it's like crazy because a lot of my friends actually have either worked together or met each other through Starbucks some way somehow. A lot of people find each other through Starbucks, I guess.
Yeah, then your crazy ass cousin moves down and I meet everybody too.
Yeah. Good times.
Really good time. Um, but yeah, diving back into Slipknot album, I thought it was probably one of their best albums. A lot of you guys are gonna sit there and talk shit, but you guys can all fuck yourselves. Evolve a little bit. Trust me, I wish there was another IO album, but at the same time I don't because that album is very special. But self-titled as well, And if any of you motherfuckers out there don't know about Make, Beat, Kill, Repeat, go educate yourselves on that and see all the experimental shit that they were doing then as well. Getting all funky with it. So them growing and stuff with Volume 3 and not so much All Hope Is Gone. That was just a little too robotic and a little too bullshit.
They just weren't in it.
Yeah, they weren't in it.
It just wasn't working. It didn't.
But as you were saying, it's a great follow-up album to Point Five. Great chapter. It's fucking great.
One of the things that I think also that people really need to get over is music, specifically albums, like time capsules. It's only capturing what you're going through right then and there. And even I don't know, in general, like when you, as like a listener, you can pop in a certain CD and it immediately reminds you of something. Whether it's something that went on around the time that the album got released, or it just so happens that that's like what you kind of gravitated towards to get you out of a situation. Either way, like there's always going to be a mental reference for a musician. I imagine that that's what it is, like what they're going through, what the world's like in their eyes at that moment. And you're not going to recapture the same thing every single time because you're always changing. There's always something different going on, and something's going to stand out a little more. And yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure about you, but with me, whenever I hear new music, my ear catches all the instruments first. Like I listen to what the guitar is doing, what the bass is doing, the synthesizers, whatever, the DJ, the drums, whatever the hell's going on. That's what I hear first and stuff. But in this album, I guess in one of the singles that came out, one of the first things that really hit me to home was I'm finally holding on to letting go. It was a really rough few years for me there, and it's just like, yeah, motherfucker, just actually fucking let things go and just leave them where they fucking be. That right there really fucking resonated with me. That was one of the first times that I heard lyrics before I hear anything else. Usually people will be like, "Oh, that verse is awesome," whether it's listen to hip hop or a lyric or listen to this verse, listen to this fucking hook, chorus, or whatever. But usually for me, it's just music. I just hear that first, the different drum fills, the little fucking things that the guitar's doing, either hammering on or sliding or whatever the hell it's doing. That's what I hear first. But when this song came out, that lyric, I'm finally holding on to letting go. I was like, oh fuck, that's gonna be like the anthem for this year to rebuild myself. It was very strong for me. Um, I did the whole Spotify your year and kind of review
Oh,
thing.
okay. Like when it's and it gives you like your playlist.
Your
like,
playlist, yeah. And of course, Untainted came on as my #1 song. And that's not because it was my favorite song on the album. We'll get back to my favorite song on the album, but it's because on the way back from Hawaii, the song had just dropped. And it's the only song that I downloaded from Spotify onto my fucking phone. So I had it on repeat because it's fucking kid behind me was crying 5 hours on the fucking plane. So I would fall asleep to this song, wake up to the song, take them off, talk to my mom. You know, we traveled to Hawaii together. It was a great time. And then headphones went back in, and it was unsainted 5.5 fucking hours nonstop. You know, so I picked that fucking song apart.
Wow.
All fell asleep to it, woke up to it, fucking
Like every single nuance, like
everything.
you know it.
I know it. Yeah, I know that fucking song. You know, so it's a funny thing that was my top song on Spotify. It was like outplayed by like a million times more than the other one.
Yeah. So I looked at mine and I was like, I already knew that was gonna come up,
Oh,
and it was because you know, actually I've been fine. You know, I think last few years have been great. This year began great. I mean, last year ended phenomenally. I was really excited, like jumping into this new year, really pumped up and really optimistic.
give it a chance for this fucking siren to pass
Well, this is the thing too. It doesn't help that we have a hospital right here, a fire station right here. They circle a lot.
Well, we'll have to listen back. If the cars is too much and everything, we'll have to re-record this motherfucker. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
We could just do it.
No, it's cool. Keep it going.
Anyway, so gears were switched. Definitely in May. Definitely in May. Like everything kind of like mad, like really did all of a sudden start getting like a little kind of tense and weird. Then going into June onward for sure. You know, things started getting like even crazier up until now. Where I'm like, so definitely switch gears with the music to like something like really fucking hard hitting and just kind of like get through the day. Which brings me to my next one, Rammstein. Rammstein was great. I really enjoyed it. It took a bit too, just because I wasn't sure what to expect from them this time around. But I will say this, right next to that one, Till Lindeman's new album is really kick-ass, and if anything, is oddly punchier. I feel like in the other one, they definitely experimented more. But I still liked it, but it just Till came out a whole lot more punchier than that one.
Which is interesting because usually when Rammstein gets together after a long time, they fucking smack you across the fucking face, and you know it's just in there. But the fact that Till came out with his solo record, I guess it's the second one you said, right?
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea about it. You know, so this is why I come to this guy for music because I think I know, but he really fucking knows. You know. But heard a couple songs in the car just a few hours ago, and fucking awesome. You know,
No, yeah, it was really good.
Still got to work on my fucking German so I know what the fuck he's saying, but pretty good, pretty good. So back to the Slipknot album. Gary Clark was great. I love that fucking album. For about a week and a half, I listened to it at work straight. You know, just getting everything.
Yeah, no, he still has a lot.
Yeah, I've yet to go see him live. You've seen him live plenty of times. You know, definitely got some panty dropper moments in his fucking shows. I'm sure.
Yeah, it really sets the tone for the rest of the evening.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. But back to the Slipknot album. What was your favorite track?
Not Long for This World.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah, the very first time that I played through the album, usually that happens. You know, just play through it. I just want to give it a solid listen, and then from there start, picking it apart. No, when that song came up, I had to immediately fucking go right back to it and play it again. And it surprised me. I really enjoyed like all the tones and like the progression and like the layering of the song. But lyrically, it just grabbed me, and I was like, man, it's fucking great.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and definitely how it ends. Everything about it was just like really, really, I don't know, really powerful, and I loved it. And it was kind of odd too because another one was the last track, Soulway Firth. I remember when I first heard it, like it threw me off when he's got that like twangy little thing. Once that stopped, holy crap, that whole song from beginning to end is just damn. It's vicious, and I love it, man.
Counting all the killer.
Yeah, that threw me off.
What the fuck's
so
going on
much.
here? Whoa, Corey, whoa, take it easy.
But he did a lot of those things. He did a lot on this album that was odd as far as his vocal choices. But
well, you got Nero Forte and Critical Darling back to back. He's got the hype fucking just, 80s kind of almost pushing that vocal kind of a scream. I was just like, whoa, But I mean, you already know anything Corey Taylor, I'm gonna fucking buy it. he could be fucking singing.
Spiders threw me off because I was like, this sounds very much like a Marilyn Manson song.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
instrumentally, did.
100%, 100%. Still trying to figure out what that song means, though. You know what I mean? What it is? What is it? Means you Corey Taylor.
Probably being Corey Taylor, it's probably going to be some way about deception.
Well, you brought up a point that it could have been about his ex-wife, maybe his ex-wives, both of them. You know,
yeah, infidelities and stuff.
Corey Taylor and his damn women problem. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think it's kind of nuts. That's kind of like his musical. Like always goes right back to that one.
Women?
No, like
Oh.
specifically his failure with it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'd feel like kind of be odd being like his kid, be like, you know, start listening. It's like, damn, that's about mom. She's a bitch. Why is mom so fucked up to dad?
Shit.
She drove him to fucking dress and drag and sit in a bathtub for a music video.
Yeah, right? Jeez, it's fucking crazy. That was a crazy moment as well. I'm not sure how it sounded, but you want to lean just a little bit so we get a little bit louder of a sound.
Okay.
Or just speak up, you and your boyish voice.
I don't like to shout when I talk, man.
I don't like to either, but my voice is all jacked up. I've been bobbing and weaving, trying not to get sick. Everyone at the gym up in Carson is all sick, and Bethany, my fiance, she's been sick for the last 3. Fuck you, car. For the last 3 weeks.
Well, this is the season, man.
Well, yeah, and then her dad's all sick as well, you know. So I just finally getting to me, but fuck that. But emergency up in here. My first listen to Orphan on the album, on Slipknot's album, was my favorite just because that really just punched right in the fucking face, you know. And then you could hear, I'm not sure if it was Corey or Clown or somebody in the background, you could hear like shout because of how heavy it just drops, you know. You hear him scream in the background, you're just like, oh, this song's fucking heavy, you know. I heard that song, I wasn't run through the fucking wall, you know. It was fucking crazy. But you're definitely right with Not Long for This World. Just kind of wraps up where they're at right now, as far as musically and just artistically, like where they're at. You know, they've evolved so much. And that song could have been on Point 5, The Weight Chapter, or it could have been on Volume 3, Subliminal Verses, easily. You know, but it's just kind of, as a whole, that's what Slipknot, I think, is kind of.
What I want to hear is this other album that's supposed to come out from their recordings during All Hope Is Gone that they did on their own.
Yeah.
I really want to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm
so do
very, very, very curious because even when we saw
what the fuck, Clown? You've been teasing about it, but nothing.
Yeah, well, being him, I'm sure that he's thinking like drawing up packaging, the whole
sure.
shebang.
I'm
like he never just releases anything; it always comes with a bunch of stuff. But yeah, because I remember even when we watched the DVD that came with it, there was cuts to all this music and all these things. It's like this is not on the album at all. Doesn't sound like anything that's on the album. What the hell is this? And where is it? And what are they gonna do with it? And so the fact that they mentioned that, I'm excited to hear because there's so many different parts that sounded really cool.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Definitely waiting to see what's going on with that. Now the other album that I wanted to talk about was the new Tool album.
Okay.
I was fucking with you when I first heard it. I just kind of gave you the, it was okay. You know, it just sounds like another Tool album, blah, blah, blah. But I had to give it a second listen to. You know, that first time you hear it, and it's like, all right, cool. But the second time you really start catching everything. And, man, it every inch of that album is fucking awesome, except for one song. And it's toward the end, and it just seemed a little too, like they built it up to just get fucking let down, and then it builds back up again. You know, if you can pull up the album, I can tell you what song exactly. Not trying to dock the song because it was a good song, but it didn't fit in. I don't think. You know, it just kind of brought my mood down, and then I catapulted back up with the next song. But it's just like, could have done without that one.
I think I know which one you're.
Good weather out here, man. Up in
No,
Tahoe
it's
right
really
now.
nice
It's just
right now.
rainy, and we actually might get some rain right now.
There you go.
All right, so it would be
Quelling Voices?
It might be Cooling Voices,
Is it
actually.
the one that
yes.
was really light?
Very light, yeah. So
Okay.
it is Cooling Voices. It just, I don't get it. Why is it there? I'm just kidding.
Interestingly enough, I think that song straight up sounds like an A Perfect Circle song.
Yeah,
It sounds like an A Perfect Circle song.
but it doesn't belong in the 12. Not saying,
But they wrote it, so I'm just saying.
obviously, yeah.
So it sounds like it, but just like a very, 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 very jammy.
I'm just being
Drawn
a little
out
bitch
APC
right now,
song.
but it's all good,
Well,
No.
this is the thing too. There's definitely moments in it that I wish, especially from like a production point, was I don't know. Like I definitely standout was with Danny Carey with his drumming.
Oh,
Stood
yeah.
out the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But then there was like
Guy's
times where I
fucking
felt
massive,
like I
man.
wanted to see Justin definitely shine out more. I didn't like he had some grooves. He had moments in the album that were good, but it was just definitely not as balanced. It didn't have. I mean, for example, when you go back to Lateralis and you listen to The Grudge, holy crap, that is still to this day like one of my favorite entries to an album because it was just it was a great build up, and by the time that it ends on such a powerful note that it's like, damn, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
What's after that? You got Stinkfist opening up, Anima and shit, and it's like, all right. And this one was much lighter, but then like they're getting older. But one of the things, so with my friend John, he kind of split it up and integrated it in between other albums in a playlist, and it works. So with Descending, you put that just before what do you call it? Wings for Marie, and it fits, and especially in the beginning of it, literally fits together.
Yeah.
And which wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising that they would do something like that because I mean, like they're the approach of or the idea that their approach would be this is part of like a collective work of everything that we've done would be pretty cool. I mean, especially if they're integrating riffs and stuff from past album writing sessions, it would make sense that this would be something that could link up to other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's just looking too into it or trying to justify how I felt that this was kind of not like the strongest album.
We tend to do that a lot to justify,
Yeah.
But make excuses for.
But it's one of those things
to
too.
we got.
I'm really curious as to what they're going to sound like live. Sometimes things sound better live than an album, and definitely when it's live, you have like the full surround.
Yeah.
And it's that bass and that punch is there. I don't know. So I'm curious. Because even when I saw them in Tempe, they played Descending without any lyrics, and we didn't know what the hell it was called at the time, but it sounded great. So I can only imagine what this is gonna be like.
Now, another artist that was on my most played list. Obviously, I'll give you one chance to guess who it might have been.
Killswitch?
No, Killswitch is actually number 4.
Okay.
Killswitch number 4. As Lay Dying was number 3, just because the new album. I don't give a shit what the fuck you guys say. It's in the past. Dude tried to kill his wife, or he tried to hire someone to kill his wife.
Yeah.
But people done crazier shit. People have gotten over it. But the album
We don't know
as
the other
a whole,
side of that. I mean, maybe
No, we
she
don't.
was that horrible of a person.
maybe, maybe. But the album was great. Just seeing those guys get back together and do their thing. Musically, they're always fucking shredding and killing it and stuff. Lyrically as well, that was awesome. But no, that was not my second on the list.
Okay.
Second on the list would be shout out Kansas City, Missouri, Tech Nine. He was on there. His last couple albums, man, have been pretty solid. And I just heard his EP he just dropped. I can't tell you the name of it. Just check out Spotify, Tech Nine.
That guy is always working.
Always working.
Always. I don't think that he's
and
ever
your
stopped.
boy, Big Chris Calico.
Oh, Chris Calico.
He just dropped an EP out as well.
Chris Calico's a badass motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
I don't care what anybody says about that.
Yeah, he definitely has some fire. Like he's more your flavor because he's got the vocals like singing.
Yeah.
He sings a lot in his albums and stuff,
Because it's, I don't know, it's something different. I like the humor that he incorporates and stuff, and he's just super chill as hell, man. And like anytime that we've seen him and he performs, great performer, great voice, great talent. Man.
Yeah,
It adds like a whole different layer. And I don't know, it's one of those things. When you introduced me to Tech Nine a million years ago, it was one of those things that I was like, wow, this guy like adds a really kick-ass layer to the music. And
well, the fact that I just moved out here, so we were happy to see each other because we've known each other.
We've grown up
cousins.
together.
We grew up together and stuff, But back in Tahoe when we were just kids, doing karate, fucking playing Mortal Kombat, playing Street Fighter,
Getting our
reenacting.
asses whooped because we're always getting in trouble.
Yeah, that too. But growing up, with the cousins, Hugo, Anthony, Alex, Eric was, younger, but he was still there a little bit as well. He didn't get to hang out with them as much. Uh, but yeah, we just kind of when I moved out here, man, like you got to check this guy out. I'm fucking dancing in the car, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I think it's like growing up too. We always had like a kind of like an endless access to music because everybody like in our family would listen to music. Then at parties, everybody would dance, and there was always something to listen to.
But it was always so different. It wasn't just hip hop, and it wasn't just oldies, or it was everything. We listened to new wave, Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I got into that like
The Cure.
Yeah, once I
it was just
started
kinda
like
crazy.
coming over more and
Yeah, I
spending that
listened to
with
The
you
Cure
guys,
and that shit.
I
Go
would
fuck
just
yourself.
look through like your dad's music and just be because there was always music playing, but
Well,
just shit
back
that I'd
then-
never ever heard before. What is that?
Back then, these people don't understand. It's like, well, these people, I mean, like the younger generation. I'm not that old, but I grew up with cassette tapes and CDs and stuff. The younger generation, you got Spotify or Pandora or whatever, Apple Music, and that's how you get your music. But back in the day, the mailman used to drop off if you're part of this catalog. You used to check mark all the CDs or tapes that you
That's
wanted.
right. That's
So
right.
my dad always had these suitcases of fucking music. You just pick out whatever and just blast it on the radio. It's fucking great.
I remember, yeah, my grandma would do that too.
And his Julio Iglesias collection was second to none. 100%. My dad was a super fan.
Fuck yeah, they're super fan. They hung out with that fool like several times.
Yeah, he was part of the family.
Every single time that he was in town, I remember my grandma would go. Check him out.
We got an audience looking up at the light post. We got two cheeky ass pigeons just checking out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, no, they know what we're doing.
They're like they want some snacks. Anyway, I get distracted easy. Squirrel. But we're gonna hop into some movie reviews here shortly. But before we do that, I wanted to bring up that a good friend of ours, one of our old roommates, Mr. Tommy Franks, came by, and Donnie was talking to me about how they were discussing one epic night where I woke up looking for my keys. Donnie, why don't you take this one away here? And
so I was dead
let
asleep.
people know what's up.
I was dead asleep in the living room, and it just walks up. Hey, wake up! What's up, man? Where are my keys? What are you talking about? No, seriously, man. I gotta go to work. Where are my keys at? I have no idea what you're talking about. Rushing over to Tommy's room. Same thing. Hey, man, what the hell? Where you guys put my keys? We don't know. And then that shit just went, can we leave him at the pool? And so then we all get up and walk over to the pool area. And just before we even make it there, JJ's work badge is on the floor. And that already was kind of like a bad sign of what's gonna happen.
Now,
And
this was the birth of Danger Mode, right?
yeah, because we didn't even remember coming back to the apartment.
Yeah, this is back at our first place that we were roommates at, the apartment over here in Las Vegas. And that not to sound like I was an asshole or anything, but this was all kind of building up. There was always these random nights where these two guys, Donnie and Tommy, were just up to shenanigans. I always had to be at work super early in the morning.
Every
so
single time.
I was always asleep earlier, and whatever was fun and whatever. When you wake up early or you can't get any fucking sleep, you start kind of losing it a little bit.
At what time did you start work? Was it like 3, 4 in the morning?
Well, at that time I was doing deliveries, so I had to be at work at 5. So I was awake at like 4:30. So that's right before you guys would go to sleep most of the nights.
Yeah.
But back rewind to finding my badge at the pool area.
So as we walk in, Tommy strolls over and he goes, "Oh, here are your keys." And we just look over and JJ's like, "What the fuck did you do?" There's a table in the pool. There's chairs in the pool, and they were like high chairs too. So there's the table, chairs inside the pool, and just cans all over the place. Meaning we had like kind of like a freaking, I don't know, like a tea party kind of setup, just hanging out.
Tea party with booze everywhere.
Yeah, when I check into
What are
man,
you
just like, how
talking
cool is
about?
that? We're just chilling inside the pool, sitting here, relaxing, drinking beers. And yeah, the time after that was we realized, oh man, we're pretty loud, and JJ's about to go to work, so we decided to cook you breakfast to make up for the fact that we maybe picked you up. And yeah, Tommy went over to deliver you your eggs, and you didn't want them. And I remember Tommy feeling a little disrespected, like our efforts weren't enough to, like, hey man, we're trying to be nice here. We made you breakfast.
At that point, though, it was just like that night. That was the night where I was trying to sleep. You know, we've had a long fucking day, and you guys would just, for the life of you, would not shut the fuck up. All I asked was keep it down a little bit, you know. And
Tommy would break out his guitars.
Yeah,
Start shredding away.
it's going crazy, you know. So it's just like all night. Sorry, each your car passing by again. This might be terrible. We might have to redo this. I don't know. Hopefully the sound is up to okay par. Maybe I'll just talk louder. I'm just joking.
There's only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. But no. It was just that night. I was just cranky, whatever. Something happened. Maybe I didn't get laid the night before. I don't fucking know. But
Who can say?
I was just pissed off, and you guys brought me breakfast, man. I was not having it. I was not fucking having it. You guys tried taking pictures or whatever. And I just wasn't having it.
Because I take pride in my presentation when I make food for people, and even drunk. Oh yeah, man.
Oh, well, I mean, you guys had it all like on a nice little platter, and the whole nine, you know. I think you guys even brought a fucking orange juice, some shit, you know. But I wasn't having it. I was just like, get the fuck out of my room. I got dressed for work, and as I walk out the door, I'm just doing one of these. Fuck you guys, you know.
But the best thing about it is whenever you get back from work at the end of the day, like, "What's up, man? You okay?" Just like you never held a grudge about it. You just immediately were down. Pick up.
Just pick up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll fire up the grill. We'll have some beers and have a good time. But yeah, mornings I was cranky if I didn't get any fucking sleep for sure. I just wrote down a note here though. The next episode that I'm with him, I'm gonna have him write down just certain stories that really stood out as far as our nights at our bachelor pads went, or just nights out on the town. Going to concerts like Tech Nine, you know, I got a little crazy one time, and I just disappeared. I'd say hi to them for a minute, disappeared in the mosh pit. It was wild, you know. But getting back on track, I just wanted to throw that funny story out there because our buddy Tommy was in town. And,
Yeah.
You know, you guys brought up Danger Mode, and
yeah,
you guys, the Danger Brothers, were back together. You know,
it's
like,
yeah,
fucking asshole.
we lucked out. Things always stayed pretty fun. I don't think we'd ever had like a really terrible night.
No, it was always a good time. You know, I got super fat those times. You know, Roberto's tacos at 1 in the morning and beer all day. Just it's not good for the body, you know. But it's good for the soul. Good for the soul. But getting back on track here, we'll stick with the movie. Or no, not the movies. We'll move on the movies later, but we'll stick to music. And who are you looking on seeing in 2020?
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh shit, son.
Yep.
Hopefully they come back with Wu-Tang Clan.
That would be great,
awesome.
but I've never seen Rage Against the Machine live,
No,
and I
neither have I.
really, really, really want to see them.
Yeah. No,
Because I mean, I've seen Audio Slave, The Prophets of Rage, never them. It's like I've seen the band play,
but not together. We need De La Roca all up in there screaming at people, getting all political.
Oh yeah, I can
shit.
only imagine like the level of pun intended rage that they're gonna bring into it because yeah, I can only imagine dude's about to just go the fuck off and just literally set it off. I think
Literally set it off. Yeah.
I really want to see Rammstein come to the States.
Well, the one time I was supposed to go, I had to babysit my little brothers over there. They were just born, and it was a free fucking ticket. Couldn't go. He went. My cousin Gloria, she went. Had a great time. It was Thomas and Mack Center, right?
Yeah.
UNLV. Yeah. Really bummed out about that. Missing out on concerts as well. Missed out on this last Slipknot show, just due to I had a fight coming up. But then fight fell through. So just like other times that I missed Slipknot. Excuse me. But yeah, Rage Against the Machine should be pretty awesome. Is there any tour dates announced yet?
They do, but nothing here. So it's one of those things. I just feel like naturally they're going to expand the tour as the year goes on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I know that Tool's going to be doing more legs. I mean, like the album just dropped. They're going to be probably touring extensively. So I know I'll catch them at some point.
Yeah. Who else are you looking on touring? I know Slipknot should be back in the States 2020. And maybe I'll have my fiance buy the tickets so that my bad luck ends and I can actually fucking go.
Yeah.
So whenever I purchase tickets, something fucking happens and I always gotta fucking, bullshit.
Looking forward to Metallica.
I know Metallica's coming to Aftershock. for headlining all 3 nights. Fucking crazy,
Yeah.
of course. Metallica, fucking assholes. But my little brothers, I think, keep down below, trying to see if they want to go with my dad. You know, we could all go together, Anthony. Um, they're really starting to get into metal, man, which means that I'm doing a good job as a big brother. You know, it's fucking awesome. Took them to Guitar Center today. Only was showing them the different electric drum kits and stuff, and my little brother Sebastian was shredding on the guitar. He wants to learn how to play it. It was cool just seeing them really into that, you know.
Yeah. So I showed him my cat at Jesso's level. He said, "Oh my god, it sounds like it."
Who else? Fuck out of here, Fast and Furious. All right. Who else is touring for sure, or who do you want to tour next year?
I'd like to see Scorpions again because
Ooh.
they are awesome live.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
Yeah. I'm hoping to see Iron Maiden because Anthony went not only to Metallica. I'm gonna say Metallica, like that fucking Irishman. That's the fucking video. Metallica. Metallica, saw the Symphony Orchestra of Metallica. The next day saw Iron fucking Maiden.
Yeah, that one hurt.
That one hurt a lot, right? Oh, especially you're supposed to go to that concert.
Everything was paid for. Everything was paid for.
See, last time Scorpions was up in Tahoe, me and my buddy Justin, I believe we went to the bar. It was 2 streets down. They're in the outdoor arena, so you can hear everything. So it was cool. Show sounded amazing. Yeah.
Another one, if I could, because this is like one of my bucket list concerts, Bjork. I love Bjork.
Really?
Yeah, I love Bjork, man.
See,
I've
always
wanted to see her live, and another one is Sade's supposed to be in the studio.
Oh,
so there is a
man.
chance that she drops an album, and if she does, man, I do not care. I will pay top dollar if I have to just see that chick live because she is fucking timeless. She's incredible. Definitely one of those things. It's like I want to experience seeing that kind of a performance. And yeah, I think it would be amazing.
Well, she would definitely be in that category. Like if an angel fell from the sky and had a fucking voice like as good as she does, like that would be her.
Just everything about her. Just I don't know, man. There's something about like her music just moves you, man. There's just like this like super soothingness and damn. I don't know, man. I get chills.
I just kissed her ass so fucking better than she was an angel that fell from the sky. It would be her. Fucking ridiculous. But no, seriously, as an artist, man, she kills it, man. Like, ever since I was a little kid, like a Smooth Operator was a fucking jam back then, But everything in between from then to now has been great, Like we listen to fucking everything, She's definitely on mine and Bethany's Central Playmates. So we're, about to get it on. You know what I mean? But her mom gives a shit for that.
I do not think that I don't throw things like that on playlists.
Hey man,
usually I don't know, for whatever reason I always goes into like the aggressive stuff.
Well, you Mr. Into bondage and all that shit, crazy fuck. Hey man, the internet needs to know. All right. Nope.
But no, like there's smooth stuff, but it never, surprisingly, I've never occurred to me to just throw Sade in.
Oh man, every other song here and there, man, it's great. Great.
Then again, I don't have a play.
Fucking great.
I just play albums. I do not assemble playlists for such things.
Nah, man, Spotify. You hear something, I'm always listening to my shuffle and stuff. And I just start putting shit everywhere.
Daft Punk is another one.
Oh, there you go.
I really like to see
Daft Punk is coming out with a new album. I see they're in the fucking studio.
And my friend John has told me that that's like one of his all-time top performances that he's ever seen.
I'm sure.
Whole life.
And
John's seen so many damn concerts.
I wouldn't mind checking them out just because they're that big. And what was the last album? I finished up listening to that fucking album.
Random Access Memories. I love that album too.
Wait, is that the last one? What was the one with
Pharrell?
Yeah,
that's the one.
That's the fucking album. That album, honestly, is fucking awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing that live. I know that Bethany's sister, Emily, she's really into EDM. So I picked her brain about that.
Everybody and their mom is into EDM right now.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. It's just funny because when you had like EDM in high school and stuff like that, no one made a big deal out of it. If anything, everyone was just like, oh, what the hell, whatever. No one was into it, and all of a sudden,
yeah, well, we grew up on the old school stuff, Front 242, Lords of Acid.
Lords of Acid are great.
Yeah.
You should see them.
I would love to see them.
Keith,
Yes, yes, that was a hard one. That was a fucking hard
that
one.
bummed me out, man.
Yeah.
That bummed me out so bad.
Yeah, but he's like he's definitely like the face in that group and stuff. You know,
He's a
just like in
cheerleader,
your
man.
fucking face.
He's
you know, yeah.
he's was a fucking total driving force for their live performances.
Yeah. Now we'll definitely be having other episodes. Gonna be a downer episode, but just kind of talking about mental health and stuff like that, man. Because you know, I've kind of dabbed in that whole darkness before. You know, reaching out for certain people for help. Like you helped me out a lot and stuff. You know, and you know, there's a lot of people out there that they don't know who to reach out to, or they just feel like they're weak, and you know, that's not the case. You know, you reach out. Motherfucker, you don't got to say
see it more. You see it more happening, I guess.
You do. You do.
And I think part of the problem sometimes is like people's perception of it. I think that the moment that someone says like mental health, it just it becomes a turn off conversationally because of the fact that there is so many people that shove it in people's faces, or they'll use it as like the excuse. You know, like it's a scapegoat, but it's not necessarily that that's happening, or if it is, they're just complaining about it for attention, but not really trying to make an active effort in fixing anything.
Right.
But as a whole, in general, I definitely see it that people are just more bummed out, more frustrated, more.
Well, you know why? Is because everyone's tapped into these fucking things. You know, I do it all the time. And if you're just listening, I just lifted up my fucking phone. Everyone knows that it's an issue. Go out there and fucking live your life. I know we just took a complete left turn.
Yeah.
Went off the rails what we were talking about, but no, we'll definitely have an episode where we probably tap into that a little bit. But simple cure, man. Just get your ass outside. Go run a little bit. If you don't want to run, go walk around a little bit. Get out in the fucking wilderness.
Communication.
Communication is huge as well, you know? Like this fucking car doesn't realize we're doing a podcast. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, just talking things out with people, letting people know what's going on, and actually addressing situations before, you know, they unfold and develop into something worse.
But we'll tap back on that later on. Bumming me out, man. You're bumming me out.
I'm not.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Perfect lineup for a festival.
That's a tricky one. So definitely, and this will fall into like tour wishes. I really want. You'd have to have Deftones in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers.
I've yet to see them. Well, no, I've seen them once. That Summer Sanitarium tour. They came on after Mudvayne. So it was Mudvayne, Deftones, Linkin Park, this kid, those guys, and then Metallica. But at the time, I wasn't into Deftones. You know, to me, sorry, Chino, you're fucking awesome, but at the time, I just.
It took some time.
That just sounded whiny to me, you know.
Yeah, I'd listen to it and you'd be like, whatever.
But now, Deftones is definitely on my central playlist too.
Good.
A couple songs, it's good to bang to. But Deftones would definitely be in there for sure. You know, Deftones would be in there for sure.
Deftones, well, like for me, it's just the ones that are like the given, like they have to be there. I would definitely want Deftones, Rammstein, Slipknot. Since they're already doing it, I'm throwing Metallica in there.
Yeah.
I
cheeky ass fucking pigeon.
Lamb of God, Ginger. I would have Clutch there. I'd have Mastodon.
Mastodon, I just started getting into. Fucking amazing as well. The guy's voice again took me a little bit to get used to, but I fucking love it.
Yeah.
You know, guys are fucking awesome. Ginger is fucking huge. From where they from?
Ukraine.
Yeah, the Ukraine. They just got huge. In the States, you know, now they're headlining their U.S. tour right now. You know,
throwing in there, I'd have Zach Wild come out. I'd have Animals as Leaders, Between the Buried and Me, The Contortionist, Uneven Structure would be badass to see live thrown in there. I'd throw in Tesseract just because, as much as I haven't really enjoyed these last few albums as much, well, not as a whole, you know, that's not fair. I enjoy some songs, but just as a whole, they're okay. But I'd still like to see them live again. And then just to kind of like switch things up, I'd have like Free Teeth. I'd be down to have some Free Teeth.
Yeah,
MFTM, Ministry.
Have like a industrial fucking metal, you know, going on.
I mean, it's a festival. You have to have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I gotta throw in Killswitch Engage because there's just something about whenever they play live, the crowd is so into the music. they sing louder than the fucking band does.
They're really engaging, man. They really
really
know
are,
how to get
you
the
know.
crowd pumped up and going.
And to me, I mean, same thing with Lamb of God. You know, fucking not as much with the lyrics, but just they really get the crowd going. You know, before you know it, there's circle pits all over the fucking place. You know, I saw Lamb of God when they played with Slayer last spring. You know, I got to see Slayer, which was fucking amazing. Shout out to those guys. They just played their last show out in Bakersfield, not Bakersfield,
In LA.
in LA. They played out there, but I'm glad I got to see them. Talk about a show that kicked my fucking ass. You know,
Dude, Slayer always bring it.
always
And it
fucking
just
bring it.
doesn't stop.
And the crowd fucking brings it as well. You know, like ouch. I've been in fucking Slipknot shows where you're moving and singing non-fucking stop. You can barely sing at the end of it. You know.
Well, it's
You
kind
feel
of
like you're
difficult to
dead.
just stand still when you're looking over and you're seeing Kerry King the whole damn time.
Yeah, getting down. You know. But I mean, we were in that section right in the fucking front where you're pushing and shoving and you can't move. It's hard to breathe. But then I look behind me and I see the fucking pit and I'm like, oh, yeah, there's fucking fat circle pit, but there's air there. There's people moving. You know, I need air. So I went in there. The rest of the show just fucking circle pit after fucking circle pit. It was fucking awesome. You know, our cousin Frankie, he had to leave. He was the last two songs. He went and slept in the car because he was just tired. The one driving or whatever. But I stayed. It was fucking amazing. I was just all into it. You know, like I got more into Slayer. You know, this year. Testament was fucking amazing. You know, I've never really listened to them, but live they fucking killed it. Behemoth fucking brought it.
Yeah, Behemoth's great live.
I was never into it. A big metal guy. He's got his band up in Tahoe. Purification by Fire. His name is Josh Leese. But he was sitting there, and I was watching Behemoth with him. You know, just headbanging along. Behemoth was the opener of the show. I would have rather seen Behemoth right before Lamb of God than Lamb of God to Slayer. But it was Behemoth, Testament, Anthrax, Lamb of God, Slayer. Anthrax, they bring it, but it just, I mean, they're all respect, no disrespect or whatever, but just the old people, you know.
Wow.
Testament is as well, but Testament fucking
So is
brought it.
Exodus and Exodus.
But Testament brought it better than fucking Anthrax. You know, I was way more into fucking Testament. I was like, dude, you guys should have fucking been right before, you know, Lamb of God. And Behemoth should have been after him, you know.
First time I
No
saw
disrespect for Anthrax, they're one of the big four or whatever, you know, but I mean, maybe it's not for me. There's people out there, if people are listening, go fuck yourself, you know, what the fuck you talking about.
First time I saw Behemoth was with Danzig, actually.
Oh, see, that's another
Yeah,
fucking group that I want to
cool.
see. Danzig and the Misfits. Obviously, you got to see the original lineup. You're always sending me, you know, heads up as to when they're coming and stuff,
Yeah.
but I just haven't been able to make it.
It happens.
Yeah, well, I think all that is pretty solid lineup for a festival. I mean, I like to throw Children of Bodom in there too. They seem like they put on a pretty good show. Bring back Mudvayne, please.
I don't know about that. That's happening.
See, Donnie smashing my dreams right away.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's I don't see Matt and Chad getting along anytime soon.
Well, I mean, but they just need to squash the shit, you know, whatever. But it is what it is. I understand. I get it.
I mean, they're great, and I really want to see Soften the Glare, the music group that Ryan's in, because he's such a phenomenal bass player.
I gotta
Unbelievable.
What's it called?
Soften the Glare. It's instrumental, but just yeah, man, that dude's bass playing is fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, instrumental. Look at their music for the gods. A little shout out to those guys.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing a few shows soon.
Yeah, they're instrumental. They're based out of Vegas as well. Saw them over at Count Bamps or Bamped, little bar over there. It's pretty cool.
They're gonna be playing at Bampton. They're also got a show booked. They're gonna be playing at the House of Blues as well.
Nice. Yeah, who do we see them open up for the House of Blues? They played there for somebody, I believe, didn't they? Opened up. I forgot who it was.
Can't remember the show, but I do remember the songs over there.
Yeah.
Great musicians, man. Get down.
Let's see here. I would say let's talk about the big fight tonight, but I didn't see what the results were. But Andy Ruiz, the underdog that beat Anthony Joshua, he was fighting today in Saudi Arabia. Of course, I'm going for the Mexican, you know, the underdog, big old fat dude, but super soft-spoken guy. He actually looks like the little kid from the movie Up, the little
Oh wow.
Ranger Scout. Yeah, it looks just like the kid, but he's got some hands, man. Throws some fast combinations, and just got to represent La Raza, you know. But we'll see how it goes. They were in Saudi Arabia tonight. I think the fight just happened. I got to see the results. Um, let's see. What else do you got, man?
Well, naturally for me, like there's movies that are coming out next year that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Oh, that's right, movies that we never got to.
So they're releasing a remake of The Grudge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fuck that movie.
and it comes out next month.
Fucking hated the fucking little fucking girl. I just want to kick in the face. Stop pulling toward me, crazy creepy lady.
For me, it's a cool concept, a cool idea. The new Saw is gonna come out next year, and I'm interested in seeing what they do because this is like an idea pitched by Chris Rock and Sam Jackson's in it.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah. Chris Rock proposed.
I'm tired of this motherfucking jigsaw. Kill these motherfucking stupid people. And fuck all you motherfuckers. If I don't hear that,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna like it.
yeah. I don't know what's gonna go down. I have no idea what the premise is, but all I know is that Samuel Jackson's in it and Chris Rock's in it, and yeah, we'll see. Supposedly with Darren Bousman, he said that in this one has probably like the biggest trap that they've ever made for one of these movies. So see how it goes. I still always to this day think that it's amazing that Saw's where it's at now, because I mean it was just a student film.
Yeah.
Student film. They filmed it in I think it was like just under 2 weeks, and to make up for uh, constraints in their ability to film things, just they cut to like photographs and stuff, and it became a staple for the film. And now you look at James Wan, and he fucking directed Aquaman, and it's I think other than the Batman Christopher Nolan movies, I think it's the highest grossing DC movie.
Okay.
Oh shit! Well, now with Joker, too.
Joker, yeah,
Now
I was about to
Joker
say,
remastered
motherfucking
everything.
Joker just
But
killed
just
it.
it's just nuts from this dude just submitting a student film that got made into a movie to like where he's at now. Man, dude like, executively produces American Horror Story. Like he has his hand in everything.
Yeah.
The Conjuring's another one that's supposed to be coming out, the new one this year too. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, talking about horror movies, not horror, horror movies. Um, my fiance's mom is really big into like movies like that. And stuff. They just saw La Llorona. You know, it was all right. It was
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of situations where naturally it's being kind of forced for something to happen, and
yeah.
like, come on guys, use your best judgment.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, first of all, my kids are gonna know better than when I say not to do something, they're not gonna do it. And if they do, they're getting kicked through a fucking wall. Because the little girl that breaks the little like line where the spirit can't come in just for a little fucking teddy bear.
Did you really need that bear?
The
Do you
fuck
really
out of
need that
here,
bear?
little
Do you
girl.
really need that bear? Is that bear that important? Yeah. No.
La Llorona deserves to take you away.
Yeah, you're grounded for your whole life.
Your whole
I would
life.
have been like, take her.
Yeah, man. So we saw that as far as scary movies. They've never really seen Jeepers Creepers, so I showed them the first one. The last one I went and saw with the family, I was just fucking terrible. Because I guess it was made way back when, so the CGI was shit.
Which one?
The last Jeepers Creepers that came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The first one's great.
Yeah, the first one was great.
Still great.
Justin Long out there doing his thing. Talking about Justin Long, his character from Zack and Miri Make a Porno is coming in to the new Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. Okay, what's his name? Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah, Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith brought back the character for that movie.
That's pretty funny.
Justin Long is fucking obviously gonna play Saint Randy. What the fuck is his name?
Randy St. Randy.
Randy Saint Randy. Yeah. Funny ass movie. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. One of Seth Rogen's movies. And, the guys from Jay and Silent Bob, Clerks, all that fun stuff. But yeah, man, the Joker was definitely one of those movies that just lived up to expectation and some.
Yeah, I was already just excited about it, and when I first saw the first still that they released of Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur, I was like, this looks interesting.
Mhm.
And I mean, I trust in the dude's ability. I think he's often kind of an underrated actor. And as far as people thinking Todd Phillips isn't going to be able to pull it off because he did the Hangover movies, I'm thinking, well, he's a director. You know, not everybody likes to just do one thing.
Yeah,
like, sure,
motherfucker's got layers. Dude, give him a chance.
yeah, like just because he did
Jesus.
the Hangover movies and it's all comedy doesn't mean that the guy isn't capable of doing something completely different.
Yeah,
Which is what
yeah.
I like when I see people break out of what they're known for because they tend to surprise us, and that's exactly what happened. He delivered a really well done movie.
Right, right. No, it was definitely great. I don't want to do too many spoilers and stuff, you know, but
We'll just leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that.
It's worth
The
watching.
score's good. The cinematography's fucking great. You know,
It's
just
worth
all around good. The character that the hell's her name? She plays Domino in the Deadpool movie.
Zazie Beats.
Yeah, she did great there as well. But yeah, movie all in all really good.
It's
I
worth
think
watching and
cool.
just giving it a fair chance. Going with an open mind, just give it a go.
Yeah.
And
Any other thoughts before we get out of here?
PS5's coming out.
Oh shit, son.
PS5's coming out, and all I want is for a new God of War game.
Yes, that's one game that.
Because this last one was so damn good,
Yeah.
and I'm not even gonna say anything just in case somebody hasn't played it, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But
That was one
let's
game
just-
that I was able to like really get into.
Yeah.
God of War from the beginning. I think I stopped after the third one. I hadn't played because I didn't get a new console or whatever. But usually I play, FIFA or Madden or any kind of racing game like Gran Turismo or something like that. It takes a lot for me to like to play these first-person games, but also just the way that it's all set up, it's great. And I'm a big fan of just Greek gods, kind of Titans.
This one though is Norse gods.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what else they're gonna do.
Nope,
but
this
that's
one's
even-
Norse, and let's just say like what I'm looking forward to going down, I think is gonna be just kick ass to
Oh
scale
man, I'm already thinking
situation.
if they're like starting to kind of branch out, they're gonna have to do like an Aztec fucking kind of a thing too. Fucking big ass Quetzalcoatl fucking coming at you, fucking.
That
good
would
luck.
be, yeah. I mean, that's if anybody could do it, Kratos can.
Oh, I'm sure he could. Dang, I should probably have my little brother out here talking about PS5 because he'll probably never shut up about it.
Yeah, seriously.
I haven't had a console since probably PS2 a while ago. I played my little brother's PS3, PS4, stuff like that. I really don't know what the new hip and happening thing is, But I might need to get one of those sometime soon and get down on some of that for sure. Yeah. You got nothing else? I got nothing else.
Yeah, no, man, I think we're good for it.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully the background noise wasn't too bad. There's always cars driving by through here. But we'll check it out. But yeah, thank you guys. Love you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys do, hit the share button. And not sure when the next episode will be. But until next time, Mexican Ass Yeti signing out.
Ow, ow.
Sweet.